Hello, what is up with it? It is Keldric here to bring you winners finals for the Rutgers Summer Showdown upper bracket match. We're kicking off into draft right now. I need to close this fucking music. I can't hear myself speak. Right now it is Team Support Gap versus Team Mechanized Enemy Slicers. As you can see on the little draft thingy I got going, a bit scuffed, but we do have Team Stevens Esports sitting in loser semis, waiting to face the winner of Rutgers has won jerseys versus Team Inshallah, uh, who will be facing off tomorrow, I believe. We are getting into draft. Team Support Gap still waiting to pick to ban their first champion here. It is gonna be the Renata. Actually, looks like they are blitzing off now, with it going to be a Nocturne and Renat ban on top. And of course, the Zillion ban targeted towards 200 IQ plays in the mid lane. He did play it, and I want to say game 3 of semis against Team Rutgers has one jersey. Did pretty well in the pick. It's very annoying. No one really likes playing against Zillion, so it's always nice to check it out if their enemy team has a player. And Lucian ban, of course. Lucian Nami, very, very strong. I believe Cynical and Please Be Quiet ran it 2 times. Game 1 and Game 3 went 1-1 on the bot lane. And just another lane dominant AC thrown out. Going to be the Draven, very strong this patch. Of course, did get that 5 base damage nerf on the Q, which chipped his win rate down about 1 or 2%, I want to say. And it's going to be Akars's first pick here. Flexible, but I want to say. I'm not sure if Please Be Quiet plays it. 200 Q plays might play it. I think I've seen him play it once before. I need to check just to be safe. And it's going to be Sivir Hecarim. Hecarim, champion that hasn't been showing up much recently in the past few patches. Mostly just been the Wukong, the Poppy. But still very, very just simple pick. Lots of disruption in team fights, and of course Sivir, very strong this patch with the Ricochet, 3 items just tearing through teams left and right with the new W and how it can bounce between people repeatedly. And Yumi, 2 of the largest losers coming in from this patch, actually. I believe Zeri went down to about 42% win rate. Yumi had to get hotfix buffed. Only reason Zeri didn't get hotfix buffed is because, according to Riot August, they did want to icebox her. Make sure she doesn't show up at Worlds because she has just been a pro play terror. And of course, to round it out, the Lulu for the Sivir, very, very standard bot lanes from the last patch. Oh, I actually do need to update this. It should say 12.16. There we go. Nice and fancy. Yeah, 12.15 was the one where every game was just Sivir Lulu. Is there a Yumi if Lucianami were banned? Kind of got a triangle going. Anyway, back onto phase 2 bans. Gonna be a Trist mid ban, I assume. Would have to be, of course, Silas, another 200 key place champions. That's gonna be 3 bans chucked towards him here. Looking at tops and supports, I wouldn't be surprised to see last pick on Team Mechanized enemy slicers going to top lane, just because Ult Unforgiven is such a strong player. I believe he is playing on the account Poon Poon, which I'm pretty sure is actually his Discord profile picture. That I want to say it's a manga. And yeah, it's gonna be the Victor blind pick mid here. As I saw, it is gonna be Lu being forced to Ult Unforgiven being forced to blind pick top, and ADC mid in the Akshan hasn't really shown his face recently, I want to say. I feel like I barely see Akshans anymore, but still very impressive in the early game with that double hit passive with the shield. Rocking PTA so easy, and ganking him can really, really be a nightmare. Uh, with this auction pick, they're gonna be able to get a lot of mid priority in the early game. Maybe look to invade this Hecarim, maybe look to go bot, get their Zarya ahead, or they could look to play for Poon Poon in top lane, who has blind picked the Fiora. One of the premier blind picks I want to see in LPL recently. I'm pretty sure it's just been Fiora Jax blind picking, just because the top lane meta mostly consists of tanks and Renekton, and pretty nice into those. And it's gonna be Blade Cube signature Volibear here to match the Fiora. Very interesting pick to see, just because Fiora is really known to just really dumpster these tanks. But Volibear, a champion you can't really mess with early. Sure, he did get the base damage nerfs with the uh, when he was really popular in the jungle. It did hit him a bit in the top lane, but he is still incredibly powerful in the early levels, and maybe they can use those early levels to leverage some pressure in the top side of the map, because it is going to be that Karthus jungle, very, very susceptible to getting invaded early. Sure, he can take something like the exhaust, which does wonders if he does expect to be getting jumped on, but Hecarim and Volibear, so much damage coming out from the two animals, the top side of the map. A lot of scaling going on both sides. Karthus is going to be a nightmare. Sivir does have the spell shield. Lulu has the shield. However, that those Requiems are really going to start adding up as the game goes on. I am curious to see what exactly is going to be the rune choice of Excalibur here, because there are two different runes. You can go with the Karthus jungle, I believe. First Strike has been a lot less popular as time has gone on. However, some Karthuses do like to go it in a competitive setting where you don't expect there to be much scrapping. Some Karthuses have preferred going the First Strike. You just press R, cash in, wait a bit, preferably not before objectives. And 200 IQ plays with the Akshan. I could check here just to see how comfortable he is on the pick. It is his most played in mid lane this season, right above the Vexazir and Zillion. He gets around a lot with the picks actually. Very, very even spread on all of these champions. With a very disgusting 80% win rate on the Veigar there. And yeah, Ancestor does get his comfort as well. Sorry, not Ancestor, Excalibur. He is playing on different cat as well, I believe. Unless that is a different person, no one told me. I'm just gonna assume it's the same person, because Karthus is his second most played on that account, but on his main, I assume, which is what is on the Balfi, Karthus is his most played by a long shot, 120 games compared to the 20. Of course, on the Excalibur account, 140 games of Veigar, about 75 on the Karthus. Both 56% win rate. Very, very good. With that, I'm actually a bit surprised that Team Mechanical and Me Slicers opted to leave the Karthus open here, because while he isn't that big of a meta jungler in pro play, he is still very, very annoying to deal with, especially if he's just given free time to just scale up. Power Farmers camps at Mach 50. Hasn't been the strongest champion as of recently. The meta hasn't been treating that well, but you never know when it comes to competitive. It is probably gonna be a snooze lane in the bot lane with Zeri versus Sivir. You usually do see both ACs opting in for Cole, just because it's kind of hard for there to be any actions between the two. They're both fairly weak early. It's kind of hard for them to pump out damage unless jungle intervention happens. But when you have a Karthus jungle, you shouldn't be expecting that most of the time. I do want to see where Lumi by Rhinos does end up going with this Hecarim, especially early. Probably going to be focusing on that top lane, especially when you are giving your top laner last pick. You do, and with the Sivir, Lulu in the bot lane, kind of pointless to play for them. I want to say, even if it is nice to set behind a Zeri early. The set from the Sivir Lulu is a bit rough. Meanwhile, mid lane, well, it's just too hard for Hecarim to gank an Akshan, especially if he does have the rope swing to escape such a large dash. And while you can interrupt the rope swing by kind of just getting on top of Akshan, you just do not have the amount of movement speed required to get to him by the time he's already drifting out of there. So I do expect to see Poon Poon play relatively safe, maybe have Excalibur set up some defensive vision for him in the top lane. And with that, I believe I'm going to head to a very short break as we wait for the spec delay, so I will return to you shortly.
Let's go, let's move, side to side, let's go. Let's go, let's move, side to side, let's go. Let's go, let's move, side to side, let's go. Let's go, let's move, side to side, let's go. Let's go! Let's go, let's move, side to side, let's go. Let's go, let's move, side to side, let's go. Let's go, let's move, side to side, let's go. Let's go, let's move, side to side, let's go. Everybody bring it in.
What's up with it? We're back, kicking off with game one here. We got an invade coming in from Team Mechanized Enemy Slicers straight to the top lane here, and it looks like they're going for potentially look to catch out Poon Poon if he does go for a ward in the lane, but not gonna get anything out of it. In fact, Poon Poon has just decided to post up in the top side river here. Everyone on Team Subgap none the wiser keeps happening, of course. They are just safely 5-pointing as Karthus gets a ward into the bot side pixel, perhaps worrying for any late invades that were to happen. It is possible I do die, and it looks like Bladekeep has actually opted in for an incredibly aggressive setup here. The Ghost Ignite with Press the Attack Volibear, really looking to dominate this lane against Poon Poon on the Fiora, who has opted for the flash TP here. And of course, Excalibur did go for the exhaust. Makes sense. So much dive being packed in from the top side of the map onto Mechanized Slicers, and going for the Dark Harvest as well. Another interesting piece kind of like to point out is 200 plays going for the Fleet Footwork, which is very atypical on the Akshan. A lot of Akshans really liking the press the attack just because of the trade paradigm option. Yeah, see right there, that would have been a free PTA proc. Just 2 autos, with each auto goes twice. And yeah, Bone Plane gonna be popped on the side of Poon Poon. There are 2 schools of thought in the Void Bear I want to say. You either go for second win, because you think that he won't be getting the lightning odds and you won't be able to really utilize them to heal up his lane. Or you go Bone Plane because you think he's just gonna perma run at you with Q, go for the Q auto, E auto Q trades. And with that, Wave does get into time, which means that it will be bouncing back towards Blade Q by the time Byron should be getting his Krug camp finished, as Georgia Play is going to be getting a nice ward onto the Raptors. Will be able to spot out Luby by rounds. However, the Wave is already pushing back towards Blade Q. Of course, it is Voidbear, so it should be pushing back soon, but with Poon Poon getting lower, you could mean that dive is threatened in the future, as Yuumi continues to poke and prod with the Q. Let me actually see if I can fix this scoreboard really quick. Yep, there we go. Bug's been around for a couple patches or so, I want to say like 5 or 6. And Poon Poon actually gonna smartly parry out on that Volibear E. He did start the D-ring, which means that E damage is gonna be so massive. As Great not gonna opt for that cannon there. Maybe he wasn't prepared for it. But with the parry, yeah, look at this, a dive attempt from the Blade Cube there. But now he is in danger because look, Akshan's passing up. Poon Poon should be getting the parry back up, so Blade Cube needs to get out of there. As here comes Excalibur, gonna proc Dark Harvest, gonna run him down. Lumi by Rhino's gonna try to get in, push him out, but here comes the Akshan. He's roamed up, he had the priority that I was talking about in the early game. And that dive attempt from Blade Cube just gonna go completely awry as Poon Poon dodges out with some flash. And all this early game pressure from the Volibear with the Ghost, with the Ignite, gonna mean nothing, as Poon Poon actually gonna be baiting in the Hecarim here, and he's gonna go down as well, because Akshan was still waiting in the wings. Flash needed to be committed, but that's still 2 kills over the Karsus. One of the last people you want to go on to, especially as the sole AP threat of the team. It's gonna be very annoying to be itemizing a bar against him. Back to a bit of a lull state here. I wish direct. I don't really want a tap moving manually because I'm so freaking lazy, but I don't really want to watch this Sivir versus Very lane. But AC get off for the D blade, as Yumi's just keeping please be quiet and saying Bells topped off there. Pot burned on 0-7 already. Yuumi really winning out on the sustain, whereas Greedberg is also kind of out mana as he tries to poke and prod here on the pick. Gonna be about a 250 gold difference here in the top lane, as interesting interaction there. The E was parried, however the Scorch still went through, which means the bone plating on did end up getting procced. Kinda sucks. What you gonna do about it though? Now, Blade Cube can threaten more as the wave does crash in. We'll see what he does with this priority. Maybe look for a deport in the Karsus jungle. Potential for that, because they should know that Karsus' topside camps are back up, because both junglers did start bottom side. Yeah, he's gonna step in there, find the Karsus. If he chooses to go on it, left to be said, as mid lane, 200 keep play. It's actually starting to get chunked down by these E autos. Oh, yeah. That's what I was talking about with Hecarim trying to gank mid. Just not enough speed to get to the Akshan by the time the hook shot comes in, as Karsus is really just starting to blow up the Hecarim here. Floor trading in the top lane. And from the looks of the mini-map, I think they're trying to communicate how you can E the wall from base as Zeri. It is pretty hard unless you have the normal cast turned on. Quick casting can make it a bit awkward, as Poon Poon is going to be baiting in a 1v1 here. but Excalibur is just waiting in the wings. Levi by Rhino doesn't have the ghost up anymore, but he does dissuade the play from happening. However, Poon is just being shadowed so well by Excalibur here, and both of them have hit 6. Blade Cube probably gonna go down here. Oh my god, that turn! But the death means that the vitals, the ulti goes off. Here comes the shield. Yeah, it's gonna go down. Meanwhile, 2 in the bot lane gonna be influenced by the orbital strike from Karthus here. 4-0 in the early game is not what you want to see if you're mechanized enemy slicers. This top lane counter pick just not working out because of the amount of shadowing from the mid jungle of Team Subgap. Completely even in the bottom lane right now. But that top lane, man, 400 gold is probably gonna balloon soon. And in the jungle, Karthus is already accelerating. These guys component for his Leandries at the 7-minute mark. Only 900, only 150 gold off here. As 200 key plays is actually looking. And Zeri just completely jumps over the wall into the arms of Looney by Rhinos. But here comes Akshan making the play from mid. Flash away from Greed Break. Exhaust coming down. And now they are in danger of a Yumi W. Oh my god, that was so close. Had that been repatch, Groupie was dead. But they did nerf the AD ratio on it by about 30%, so he makes out just fine. Also very opting in for the Berserker Grease Rush, which is pretty nice. It's because your Q comes up that much faster. You can kite out the Silver Q a lot easier as well. And both links on again. That's just how it is sometimes. Meanwhile, Poon gonna be pairing another E there. Actually, I'm curious to see Blade Cube's spell stab, because some volleybears like to go Emax, Wmax, Umax, it really changes. And yeah, here comes the dive attempt from Volleybear. The parry was down, and because of that, gave him the go-ahead, and it's a full-on dive. Doesn't have minion wave in time, which means that Akshan gets some bonus cash out gold. Fiora is actually going to be able to completely catch that wave under turret because of it. Had the TP, and that is just really unfortunate if you're Blade Cube. And meanwhile, Lumi Barana is going to be able to catch out the Karthus who is soloing the dragon. Bit of miscommunication, please be quiet, as the final chapter comes out a bit of an awkward time there. Yeah. Akshan now very, very accelerated, staying on the MR just to make the trading against the Victor a bit easier. Some Akshans have been favoring Shield Bow into Wit's End build that has been around since I want to say Wit's End Rush was a thing. I believe it was Ashe that first started going that build. But yeah, very, very popular build. And yeah, it's going to be a Shield Bow first time for the Akshan, with that longsword being built, unless he does opt for something else, like just going to the Wit's End, then it's there. Yeah, 600 gold up in the mid lane because of the various cross-map plays. The Akshan has been able to make very, very, very nice 200 key plays on the pick. So many roams across the map towards the top side. Really make it hell for Blade Cube to push his early game advantage as being a Volleybear with Ghost Ignite PTA. The gold has equalized completely in the top lane from that though, just because it was a solo kill onto the Fiora. And I'm not sure if he did get a plate, as Please Be Quiet is not going to do the E. I wonder if more things will come out, I'm kind of curious. Blade Cube doesn't have the ulti, knows Fiora does, and with 200 key plays off the map, he is a bit hesitant to try to trade back into the Fiora, as Fiora does get the wave in. They probably aren't going to try to dive the wall here. Maybe they think his ult's going to be already back up. It is up in about 10 seconds. Dying Volleybear is always very, very tough, especially with the point-click stun. So many mind games can happen between the parry and that, as he's just going to calmly be able to catch this wave under turret. It does give him a timer to get some vision into the jungle of Byranos, track him a bit more. Hecarim does have ultimate. He's level 8 now, which means that his ganks can be pretty devastating here, as Excalibur does pick up the Leandri's Torment here, as well as Torque Shoes. Gonna be so much damage coming out. And on Prim in the mid lane, gonna be working towards the Luden's Echo. Should be pretty close, I want to say. Yeah, 500 gold off, just about. He does have his E upgrade actually, based off the stack killing as 8. So it's gonna be a bit hard for Akshan to match. Akshan did go for the Q max. I don't think any more Akshans have been going to the E max. It did get nerfed a bunch, as Fiora is just taking so many passive autos from the Volibear. And Hecarim is here actually. Volibear has 6, and yet here comes the dive. Parried is the E from Hecarim, but the CC layering is too thick. Smartly, potentially, Bladekeep didn't want to give the assist to the Karthus. They didn't want to give the Dark Harvest stack over, which means Poon does get the kill, the revenge kill there. So the gold is still going to be pretty even, but however, the XP is another story, as he misses out on a full wave there. Just completely taken out under the turret because of the Volibear ult. Very, very strong diving tool. Both AC still farming up. Akshan has picked up the Vamp Scepter, which means it's going to be a lot harder for... Oh, looking bot lane actually. It's going to be an Akshan ult. Yeah, they're just both going to go down. Semi-global and the global in that. Just going to take him out. It's going to be technically a 4v2, but mostly a 2v2 there. Because even without those coming down, it was looking a bit suspect. As Akshan is just going to flash onto on-prem here. Lumi Byron, as he kind of head over there, traded flash in mid lane. As Bladekeep is friend under turret, looks like they're going to try to liquefy on that Herald take right now. Try to get Poon a bit of an advantage with the gold. As Bladekeep's actually friend off. Not because of how low the turret is. Poon gets 600 gold for himself. All the turret local gold goes to him, which means there's now a 1k gold lead in the top side of the map for Poon against the Volibear. Mystic picked up for Sivir here, gonna be the Kraken Slayer, very, very standard. Very continuing to just push the best of her ability into Sivir pick as 0-7. Gonna check another Q to clean up the wave. Dragon is up. Gonna be the Ocean Dragon here, which means it's either Infernal or Hextech Soul, or Mountain actually. On-Prim does have the Luden's picked up, which means his wave clear gonna be a lot better. Gonna be able to match the Akshan's Q spam very, very easily. As Bone Playing is once again taken away from Poon because of the passive. Actually, I'm curious how much his Bone Playing blocked this game. The 9-9, not too good. Is so hard to manage it though into the Volibear. It's really up to him to decide if you're losing or not. Very nice lead cube to track what's up. As Dragon's gonna go over uncontested to the side of Mechanized enemy slicers. They're definitely check a bit late. As 0-7's in danger, but gonna pop the on the hunt. And he's on the hunt to escape there. As they're all gonna get out. Bit of time wasted from Excalibur as on-prem gonna be eating some damage here. Q gonna soak up some of it, but that's still about 200 damage. You see on the wave. And I'm curious to see if so a lot of Yumis have gone back to maxing the Q after the buffs, especially after the E cooldown nerf. And it looks like Zinkel has opted for a 3-point Q max in lane to the E max, which is a lot better. Meanwhile, top lane, Poon is just eating ass right now. Volibear just gonna get slapped down. This time the Akshan and not the Hecarim, the Akshan and Karthus all coming together, not gonna be much. That was just such a one-sided stomp of a fight right there. Poon did not have the tools necessary. Ulti not even gonna be committed just because he thought he was lost no matter what. As Excalibur is looking to steal away the Raptors, does have 200 key plays to back up and is fighting away. Now, on-prim is just getting beat on, and look, Lumi Barino is going to be exhausted, going to have to ult away. Both sides of the fight winning out from team support gap. As Please Be Quiet is going to figure out ping for it, get some more vision for his jungler here. And it looks like Lumi by Rhinos is going for the all in the bot lane. Final chapter coming out as well as the Foul Spark. And it's just going to be flash away from 0-7. Greek Ray going to try to kite it out. Q going a bit sideways, but that's just Yumi for you. Just 2v2 there. No mythic needed on the side of this Fairy. Sever just needs a bit more time to scale. Greek Ray going for... Wow, I'm actually surprised that the Fairy went off, but now, yeah, Blade Cube's maybe a bit off a bit more than they could chew. Here comes the Fiora, the ult rocked. The Grand Challenge has been accepted, and Blade Cube now running for his life. A lot of damage coming out from the Fiora there. Vitals procs very quickly as Hot Turret's gonna go down into 2v2. As Lumi Varina is actually gonna be kited out by the Karthus there. Moonpoon back to full HP as he's just ignoring this Volibear, gonna take the turret for free right in front of him. Blade Cube needs to run for his life now. Half health to half health, gonna get the power W again, but Fiora still has a parry and he stuns into it. A very nice prediction. He will go down, however, that's still a 1v1. Yeah. Meanwhile, Excalibur is so deep in there. Ulti committed, probably for Dark Harvest proc, but that's not going to kill a billion years into Lulu, who is going Locket the Iron Solari, which I'm not too big of a fan of. I know why he's doing it. He wants to help mitigate some Carson's damage as well. But I'm not sure if you want to be committing all your gold to that. I feel like if you were going to do that, maybe you should have just gone Guardian instead. Still gotten the down, which is very, very nice on the loop. Kind of powers the shielding so much. And it looks like Lumi Varina is just going for the discount. Resistance's build has the Warring Snail, has the Negatron Cloak on top now. And Fiora is just starting to become a bigger and bigger problem. Looking at the gold lead now, it's about 1.3k. 2 items to 1 in components. Karthus has picked up the Sonya's Hourglass here, which is gonna make him a lot safer as Please Be Quiet looks on to mid on Prim, but he's just gonna place the W and walk it out. He's very, very safe in this matchup. 200 key plays, poking, prodding, looking for some play to happen here as the Herald is up. Excalibur is on it, but here comes Blade Cube. 200 key plays, maybe bail for a bit more they shoot, because here comes the Ignite. Lumi Varina is gonna jump onto him. Here comes File Chapter, File Spark. There, he trying to speed up, trying to go faster. Moonpoon now onto Blade Cube. Here's gonna be the Grand Challenge proc. W not gonna land a stun, but maybe that's not what you needed here because 200 key plays me back in the fight now. File Spark again, but he rope swing to his death as Poon just gonna try to blitz down the turret, but maybe he went too fast. Turret finally gonna go down, by what price? Karthus is finally back to play. Excalibur gonna be laying some keys. Zeri is going so fast, so furious. On Prim now gonna get exhausted. The flash away Zanya's to live, but Zeri tanking it. But look at that spell shield up just in time for Sivir, but none to speak of for Victor there. It's gonna be a 4-for-2, which means that it's gonna be a Hex Tag Dragon for the side of Team Support Gap. I don't think they can get there in time, actually. Maybe Lumi Varina's is going to try to force the issue. Heckram's so fast, but it's going so quickly. 2 items on the Karthus. Here he is. He can make it a 50-50. Is it going to happen? He's going to steal it away. Lumi Varina's, and here comes Blade Cube following up in the slipstream of Lumi. And it's going to be fancy feet from Lumi to get out. Look at double back, double back, double back, and double forward. And he's just going to make it alive. 200Q plays, going to try to go fishing. But no bait. No bite to be had. It's going to be, after all of that, a 4-for-3, but Dragon going over to Team Support Gap. Holy moly, what a long extended fight. And turret did go over, which is going to make... which is going to open up 200 key plays to these mid-rooms a lot easier. However, this Fiora is just so powerful and silent. Yeah, Blade Cube's just going to get jumped on. He does have the ult over the wall, so he should be fine. I doubt that they're going to go for the flash here. But yeah, this Akshan, this Yumi, going to make silent against the Fiora hell for Blade Cube. They can so easily join at the drop of a hat on top of this Karthus Requiem, making every 1v1 almost a 4v1 at any point, it feels. 0-7 working towards the PD. Still not there just yet. As Lumi by Rhinos could be in a bit of danger here, actually. Mind Game did pan out for Blade Cube, who does get a good trade on. But Turn Key plays just shadowing the top lane here. Ping is on the way. We are in go mode as Lumi by Rhinos needs to start right away right now. Hecarim gonna be ghosting away. He should be fine, I wanna say. Has the ulti if the going gets tough. Yeah, just gonna be a trade of some just gonna be a Hecarim Ghost expended here. As looking right now, 0-7 is gonna get struck by the Orbital Strike and Spell Shield it. And actually Greedgreg with the Locket gonna be able to make it out alive there. 0-7 does see the Akshan with the turret True Sight. So it's going to be able to escape there. It's just going to be no one dropping, despite the amount of time committed from 200 key plays to make that play top lane happen. Lumi by Rhinos does pick up the... Oh god, Force of Nature, I'm sorry. Force of Nature here. That's going to make him a bit tankier. However, it is weird to see it considering that Excalibur is really the only AP threat on the team. Sure, you're gonna be reducing the there. Oh, failed Q over the wall, but they don't see it. No ward. Kun should be fine. Just gonna steal away the Gromp for free. Yeah, back to the Force Nature. Sure, it's gonna reduce. Oh wow, that's a lot of damage coming out from Kun. These Qs are really starting to beat on Blade Cube's health bar, as Greedgreg gonna be tanking up another W. Patch that would have been about 400, now it's only 200, I want to say. Here comes the ulti, Kun just gonna dodge out of it. Here comes the turret shot, the grand challenge onto him. Can he get all the vitals? No, because Blade Cube's ghosting away. Oh my god, the Q, what a Chad to go back in there. He's gonna take him out. And because Excalibur was on the boss of the map, the option was in base, they couldn't really get anything out of how many people were committed towards that bot lane play. Lumi Barano showed up. Greedgreg and Incrim came from base to go down there. With that, gold should be around, yeah, about 1800 down still. Just because of how much Turgold went towards Kun in this top lane here. Well, it's a 4 kills to 1. With Hecarim getting that kill, a bit unfortunate for Blade Cube there. They are going to clear out the vision on Baron. Try to get something going. Dragon up in 1 minute. I know it says Ocean, however, that is a Hextech Dragon. As Akshan has completed the Blazer Rune King here. Did not opt in for the Force Nature. Sorry, not Force Nature, the Wit's End. Did just sit on the No Magic Mantle for lane. As a second item picked up for Sivir. It is going to be very, very hard for the Zeri and Akshan to navigate these fights, though, because looking at the Victor build, he has completed the second item. Rabadon's Death Cap going to be able to pump out so much damage from so far away. That's one thing that Akshan can tend to struggle with if he's not able to get these flanks in the fights. Is that he's such a low range marksman. That's one of the things keeping him out of the bot lane. And it's going to be very, very hard for him to get anything going here. Ping's on the way to the Dragon, as they're going to be fighting over some vision here. Encram going to get some chunk onto Excalibur. About 500 health laser right there. More to follow as Ludens, it does start to come back up, but maybe they're just going to see the Dragon. They're going to be waiting to maybe catch Blade Cube this rotation on the volley there. Yeah, Dragon's just going to be gifted over, but no, Lumi Byranos is double back. Maybe he's going to try for a Suicide Steal, but it's so dangerous with Baron up, he's just going to have to peel it back. Oh, but no, he went in anyway. Here comes the exhaust TP from the Fiora. As final chapter on the Greedgreg, he's going to get locked out. Here comes Excalibur, he's going to go down as the Stomp Bully Bear going to try to land onto the auction, but they're just going to skate away. And Karthus is definitely one of the last people you want to see killed in the fight first, because he's just able to combat so much damage regardless, as a 5-for-1 play comes onto them. Zeri just space gliding with the Flash Ghost. So much chase down, just a very, very disoriented fight. Both of the front line from Team Mechanized Enemy Slicers jumping onto the Akshan there, but no one was left to peel the Fiora off the backline. That's there. They just folded. Now it's just gonna be a Baron start. Probably Baron take for free coming out from Team Support Gap here. Yumi's still alive and kicking as well. Probably shouldn't jump out anymore though, because that Baron You almost hit one-shotter there. Reader gonna go for a prospective steal. Oh, so close. That was almost got there. Unfortunately, not in time. Baron gonna go over to the side of support gap now. A 7k gold lead in their pockets. Objective bounties have come up for the side of Mechanized Enemy Slicers. Mid turret still has yet to fall, but it's gonna be so hard into this Baron buff. As well as the Akshan could just be weighing around the corner, you never do know. Looking at the map, there's barely any pinks that can spot him. Sure, you have a pink moved over to this brush right here, but that doesn't really cover you. I kind of want to see them maybe plant a pink ward in the middle of the lane to catch Akshan, kind of just waiting in the wings as Broodgrave goes to clear out some vision here. Karsus has picked up the Shao Flame third item, recognizes that building MR is just not something that the carries of team Mechanized Enemy Slicers are going to be able to do, as a Q for just like a third of On-Prim's health bar coming down. Poon does have the Merc Treads to sustain some of that penetration, as Blakekeep is just going to jump onto Excalibur here. Keep in mind that Blakekeep only has null magic, but here comes Luminary Rhinos to back him up. That's just going to be a 1 for 0 probably. Ult gonna come down, but Lumi by Blakekeep gonna have the E for it, as On-Prim's just dead to rights here. Has Stopwatch gonna pop his ult to try and clear the wave to the best of his ability. But with the Baron buff, it's just gonna be able to survive it, as well as the healing from the Fiora ult. They're gonna keep pushing in the bottom lane. Blakekeep really needs to start getting back soon. Lumi Barano's finally shows up, but look, that's the bot turret, the bot inhib turret going down. No one can really stop Poon here, because Sivir is wave clearing mid against this area. That's gonna be a bot going down. Mid inhib turret soon to follow, as 0-7 still needs the IE to really be able to pump out this damage in fights. Greek gonna be ignited by the Akshan, but nothing to happen there, as on the hunt, Fiora gonna be geared up, but here comes the healing from Yuumi. W across two people. Greek gonna go down here. Blake can soon follow, and so 0-7 is gonna try his best to fight back. But he's 0-3-4, no third item we had. This Yuumi Zeri still going faster and faster, being able to pump out so much damage, so much chase down. And most importantly, not much shield cutting. Sure, you have the Void, but you can't really reliably do it on Prison, as Poon just dives under turret to kill On-Prim. Oh my god. Exhaust dropped, but they're just being farmed in their fountain practically. Please by Quiet. Gonna try and get some last second kills in as well. But that might just be the game. They're so low from the Sivir Ricochet, but Karsus has finally respawned to show up to push in. Baron buff still going for about 2 more seconds as it finally drops. And at the end of it, it's going to be an 11k gold lead, 2 inhibs down, and an 859 Fiora that's going back for a full item, sitting on 3k gold. They just lost that fight, while the combined team of support cap was probably holding around 8k gold. So now that they're going to spend it, it's looking really rough for the side of Team Mechanized Enemy Slicers. Dragon coming up in 20 seconds. No real reason for it to be contested. Should be going over the support gap, as Poon looking onto the Sivir potentially, but does not have the really to get onto her. 4 items now. This Victor is not going to be able to do any damage whatsoever to her with the Maul pickup with the Death Dance. Which really brings into question who is going to stop this Fiora pushing. Sure, your Victor can try aggressively wave clear, but at what point is Fiora just able to turret dive and 100-0? Dragon finally going to be taken up as it spawns by Excalibur and Chandra Q plays, or attacks the inability haste going over to the side of support cap here. 11k gold lead going down to about 10k, but maybe they can look on a Fiora, but it's so hard, she's so mobile. Yeah, look at that, he only dealing about 200-300 damage here. Chandra Q plays, begins to hover. 0-7 gonna be dodging out on Zeri W, but the 500 damage hit to Greedgrave. So much. Blakekeep just ghosting onto the Karsus here, but here comes the exhaust I was talking about earlier, so strong dive, as here come the boys. Poon Poon gonna jump onto the backline here, and it's just gonna 1v3 them. Here comes the Orbital Strike. The healing so much, the Death Dance proc as well. A full-on 1v3 in the backline from Poon Poon as everyone else cleans up the front. And it's just gonna be On-Prim left alone to defend against 5. It's just gonna be a win for the side of Support Gap here in Game 1. A very, very volatile game, I want to call that one. Very, very back and forth at the start. The top lane, so much time was committed from the side of Support Gap to make sure Poon Poon doesn't get set behind too far early. And it really did show later on. Blade Cube had so much trouble matching the Fiora and the Silent. She's able to get so many advantages. Of course, the 5v5s just never going the way of Team Mechanized Enemy Slicers. And with that, I believe I'm going to head to a short break, and I'll turn to you with Game 2 draft. See you then. welcome back to Game 2 of Winners Finals for the Rutgers upper bracket. Last time it was a pretty nice performance coming out from the side of Support Get very strong, top side of the map, while Ollie was kind of neutralized with his very silver lane. Here we do have the Zillion band coming out once more as well as Lucian Draven. No changes in the bands, but one big difference that Mechanized and Slicer is on the blue side. And funnily enough, it is going to be the Karthus first pick sniped away by them, prevent Excalibur from getting it. It looks like they did leave it intentionally open because of that. A very pretty joke cover, I want to say, with the Hecarim. Your draft practically so far. I'm pretty sure these are the exact same bands. So yeah, just gonna be Hecarim as well. Sivir would be pretty logical here. Very strong AC patch still. With Lucian being banned out, you could, I guess, potentially go Callisto Renata. That is one thing you could do. I know that most likely is going to be the Lumi Karthus jungle, however... Oh, shit! Why keep you around, Joe? Why keep you around? It's going to be the Twitch AC. However, funnily enough, both of these champions could be going towards Greg, but with the Lulu lock-in, it has been shut down. Twitch, very nice Sivir counter. Unfortunately, I gotta shoot my boy. You hate to see it. You hate to have to shoot your boy, but sometimes it needs to be done. With Lulu picked away from the Sivir, Yuumi is probably going to be the logical choice. However, there are other picks you could go with Sivir, but it's not going to happen. Of course, they are the also have seen Sivir move as well. Why the fuck is music still going? I'm going to go crazy. There we go. But yeah, second phase of bans here. Going to be a Camille ban targeted towards Blade Cube, most played champions in solo queue, or the Volibear and the Camille. Actually, it's going to be the Fiora ban, take away from Poonpo in the top lane. Another ban I could see happening would be maybe a Jax ban. Just a top lane champion that could really take over the side lane is what I'm expecting to be played by the side of support gap. And if they do end up leaving with the Wukong ban, you know that Karthus is their jungle, so you ban them at the Wukong top. That does make me think that potentially they could be going putting Poon on blind pick Aatrox. That is a possibility. I'm not sure if he plays the champion. And yeah, that's why I expect it's going to be the Jax ban. Very strong split push threat. We will see who is going to be left to blind pick their lane. Is it going to be 200 key plays blinding? Maybe something safe. Yeah, Ahri. Well, you could go into the Ahri, maybe Lissandra. Of course, you don't necessarily want to be going Lissandra into Sivir. She does spell shield the ulti incredibly easily. Very hard to get onto her. But it is a very strong Ahri counter. And not many champions left that can lock her up. Sa's gonna be snap picked actually. Not the greatest ults in the world to pick and choose from. Hecarim ult pretty good. Ahri ult kind of sucks since I don't believe you get the reset or the heal. And it's gonna be a top lane blind pick. Most likely gonna be a Volibear, just comfort here. Of course, you could go maybe a bit stronger and engage, maybe an AD champion as well, because your Trinity blind pick. However, what is going to be the counter to that? They did ban away the Jax. Could go Gragas top, but then again, you don't really want to save your last pick counter pick for Poon as a Gragas. Maybe something that can really dumpster him. They did pick away the Silas to potentially prevent the Silas being picked here to steal away the Tryndamere ult. And no, it was not going to be the Chinese chase. It's going to be Chinese set. Not exactly the pick that you tend to see into the Tryndamere. Since it can struggle as the game goes on. I'm actually a bit surprised to see it come out. Because usually set is seen as just like... Well, it used to be seen as just a very simple, safe blind pick. With that locked in, we have finally completed draft. a lot more engage coming out from the side of support gap this time around. Last time it was really only the Yumi and just looking for counter engages. But this time they have the Hecarim, with the Yumi attached, set uh, to counter the Trinimir from going onto the back line. Ari very very mobile with the Everfrost with yeah, and meanwhile I do want to see what kind of shenanigans go on in the bot lane for with this Twitch Lulu. Very very strong. I'm actually kind of surprised they didn't go for Twitch Yumi, which in my opinion is a tad bit stronger. But maybe they just didn't want to give away the Hecarim Lulu combo, which can be pretty devastating if they were top onto the backline there. Very small delay as we get into the actual client draft here. And to that I say I'm lazy as shit, and I'm just gonna send to a break. So I'll be right back when the actual game starts. See you then. back. Oh yeah. This is game 2. The game's frozen because there was a pause. What you gonna do about it? It is just gonna be a 5-man blitz towards the bot lane from the looks of it. We got the squad, and it actually looks like it's gonna be Anprim with First Strike in tandem with Luby by Rhinos, who also has Saroon. Let's see how this one turns out. Furious Pings going through the Tri-Brush, which is a bit less than standard here. You do have the level one's a bit suspect. Sure, you have the E from Styles, but that's about it. Yeah, they're gonna get spotted out by the Silver Yuumi. Luby by Rhino is potentially looking for a deep ward here. Yeah, it's gonna get it. It's gonna be a ward and pixel. They will know where Excalibur starts precisely, as Luby by Rhino backs on a ward, gonna be able to hide where he's starting. He could run top or bot, you never know. Pretty sure Luby by Rhino does prefer starting the blue buff, however. I think makes your clear a tad bit faster. But other than that, gonna be going towards the bot. I actually don't really like the fact that Luby Byrounds is going bot here. Now a sheet pass towards top. Try and impact the set Tryndamere lane. The set did end up, Poon does have the Ignite. But maybe Blade keeps his turn with the Storm. He did end up going the Horn Shield. And I think if you go that, usually you do go like, yeah, pretty defensive secondary result tree. Yeah. It's gonna be a W start from set. Get Poon getting a very nice trade as Anprim's actually gonna be losing out on the trade as well. They're Electrocute procced. As Auto E is the name of the game for Tryndamere. And just more trading. Thankful getting the better end of it with the Auto Q. And Greg is just eating so much poke from Yuumi. Q buffs don't impact the early levels, I believe. It's only the later ones, like levels 2 through 5. So it's just Yuumi being Yuumi. But they do get the level advantage first. Greg just gonna shield it up on the way out. Get some more trading going on there. It's really level 3 that you kind of want to be scared of. 0-7 did end up going for the lethal tempo. As meanwhile, Speed Evolving's top lane, Blakekeep actually gonna be leveled down here because that got more trading going on. as Blakekeep's really starting to feel the pressure in this matchup for now. The ward onto the Bloodrush does allow Greg does allow Thankful to get a pretty nasty trade onto Greg once more. Still no potions popped, however, as Anprim is once more getting Electrocute procced on him mid lane. Thankful very aggressive with the Yuumi, getting all the passive procs on cooldown. Very, very nice. But they do see him go invisible, but maybe a bit too slow, because that's a really nice wall. Gonna mean a very, very, very solid trade on Easy Kai. Gonna have to pop the pot most likely. As Bladekeep is just sustaining the pressure here with the D shield with the Q. Gonna keep himself nice and topped off. However, the wave is starting to push out. And Excalibur is in the top side of the map. Set can never really use the W as long as Tryndamere has the E. And Anprim actually is in danger here. Uses the E aggressively, which means he's probably gonna go down. Yeah, Ignite dropped. E taken out. First blood going over to Excalibur. Meanwhile, top lane Bladekeep is just gonna get traded back on. Has the E, but doesn't dodge out on the W, unfortunately. Can I fix scoreboard? Yeah, I got you. I wish that bug was fixed. What's you gonna do about it? 6 CS lead for Poon in the top lane, and more to come as the wave does continue to push towards him. Flash and Ghost available. Flash Ignite available. And yeah, here comes the Flash Ignite. Solo kill for Poon. And he does still he can probably get as much energy as possible. I don't think he can win this, yeah. Didn't dodge out on enough Qs, the wave too big. So that means the wave will get in. Thankfully, Luke Byron is going to be eating some fine china here. On some fine china as he gets a 5-course meal in the top lane here as he pushes the wave in. Very, very nice. Very, very nice killing of the wave. Very, very efficient. 0-7 has backed. Sivir does end up buying the coal, which I do like. Is going to be pretty hard farming lane out. It's going to be hard for 0-7 to kind of push the matchup advantage into his favor, especially Group 6. And Karthus not exactly the best ganker, as we all know. As Keldric is just eating so much poke. Does not have any potions either. I actually would like to see Sankel trade some autos, since he does still have the 2 potions there. He is Yumi, he has some mana bar, you might as well try to expend it in trades, as Blade keep losing out on the bone plating there. Actually would like to see him trade a bit more aggressively since it was up instead of just auto-eating away, but maybe he didn't think that Pumpkin would get the auto back on him, as Endprim just 13 CS down, suffering in this matchup here. I believe this was his counter pick, but of course it wasn't that much of a late counter. And definitely feeling out. I don't even think he has much first strike gold either. He has 0, counted 0. As yeah, he finally does weather his way to the level 6 here, and Karthus does spot out the ward, so at least the client and Sanko will know to play a bit safer here. Charm landing onto Amprim. Has E no electrocute up just yet. Meanwhile, top lane Blade Cube is just down 25 farm, but this wave is massive. Poon just gonna be able to get a plate here. That's gonna balloon the gold lead a bit more. Set so effective at taking his turrets. As Excalibur gonna look onto him, but no, just gonna be fine. Yeah, Poon almost able to get a second full plate there. Actually, does have the plate's deal cap's first item. It's a full 550 gold on the Tryndamere because of the first blood solo kill. And yeah, looks like just gonna be... Oh my... He could have lived. I do like the attempt though. Oh wait. Really? Yeah, well. Works out in the end, I guess. I believe Ankrim could have lived if he just ulted out, but maybe he thought he needed fear on the Hecarim. Regardless though, it is gonna be Lumi by Rhinos picking up the kill with the ulti there. Unfortunately, I don't think that his first strike was up for that, just because I'm pretty sure it was still on cooldown from when he got it on the Hecarim and Tri-Rush. But still, it is a kill to Karthus is a kill to Karthus. 4 stacks on the Dark Seal. Blade keeps slowly but surely starting to claw his way back with the CS deficit. Blade Q just getting boxed on by Sai as he tries to get a plate of his own, which he does. No longer 25 CS lead, of course, because of that big wave. Should be equalize that and stabilize that round. I want to say 10. 10 to 15. Of course, because of how much trading Poon did onto the Tryndamere, he actually did end up sacrificing a few CS, so 0-7 actually smartly faking a back, that he's gonna rip open the Rat-a-tat-tat onto the Sivir, who will be popping the Ghost to escape out on it. No level 6 on her just yet, surprisingly. Now Keldric's in a bit of danger here, actually. Both bot laners have no mana. 0-7 gonna try and make something happen, potentially, as the Dragon continues to get taken down by Excalibur. Taking so long just because of the Dragon buffs to the health bar. Meanwhile, Ankrim's still trying to... Oh, did get 8 gold. Is going the Q-Max. A bit more wave clear, less sustained fight power. What you gonna do about it? As who does get the first trick proc there. Gonna be a whole 10 gold, bringing him to 18 total for the rune. Unfortunately, 18 gold does not exactly equalize 30. That's still fine because that is it. The Hecarim and Set ulti and Yumi are gonna be so impactful as the game goes on. This wasn't necessarily a lane pick, I want to say. Especially didn't help when Hecarim came mid twice. Really made Onprim's life harder here. CS has equalized in the top lane, of course. Wave crashing in, I believe. And it looks like Poon not going to opt in for Orc first. That most likely is going to be the Gore Drinker, I want to say. I think most sets have ended up leaning towards the Gore Drinker rather than Strybreaker nowadays. Yumi going to be going for the Moonstone once more, and Keldric does what Keldric does and has ended up going for Movi's Boots Rush, as 0-7 is going to be looked upon here. Gonna try to run out, but here comes the exhaust, gonna cleanse away, but here comes counter deep plays from the back. Greed Greg with getting some vision. Wait, not even getting game action, I think, but he can have his ball forward, and yeah, Poon Poon is gonna be forced to flash because of Karthus W. Yeah, cleanse wasted as these people picks up a kill for free. Blooming by Rhino is probably gonna get taken out on Zero here by the jungle duo, but maybe they can get something in return with the Karthus damage. However, it's just gonna be an escape from Blade Cube as he tries to run away. He does have the Undying Rage, so he should be able to escape just fine. The question is, do they continue the play? Charging plays doesn't have any ult charges left, but it's just gonna be Blade Cube popping Ghost to make sure he gets out. A very beneficial play. 3 kills over the Hecarim now, as Poon Poon, despite the chunk, is gonna be able to get the wave in. And of course, potentially on the plate. Yep, there goes over, which means that's gonna be 500 gold lead. Lumi by Rhinos misses out on his 4 stacks, and Poon Poon gonna use the tempo to clear out the Pink Warden River. And lastly, Karthus is also gonna go into debt here to pick up his Yandries and Sorks. Then we're gonna continue wave clearing. 98, 5 CS, 28 stacks left on the Cole. On Primus does see the Yari backing, I believe, just gonna blow up the wave. Blade Q gonna get a plate of his own to try to equalize the gold lead. Of course, that first blood gold always gonna hang over his head. As it looks like Karthus just gonna clear towards top. Does have 100 gold from the first strike, is going for the Ultimate Hunter rune as well. Dragon up in about 2 minutes time. Actually, okay. Actually, kind of wished if he just ulted for some cash in earlier, because his ult would have been up for the dragon. After all, that is what it is. Great guy gonna hover towards mid. Maybe thinks the play's gonna happen, but energy plays just missing. Blade Cube once more getting some jungle attention from Levi Rhinos. This time Poon Poon no flash. Maybe he can get suplexed on the turret. Undying Rage popped ult to escape the Tryndamere, and here comes Excalibur. Maybe he can make something happen. The Qs are landing so much isolated damage. Traded 1 for 1, making a 2 for 1 playing the top side as Anprim wants some revenge for the early laning phase. Gonna go right onto the Ahri. So much damage. It's gonna be a trade of ultis, however, as Blade Cube is gonna feast on some plates here. Twitch once again left to roam the map alone. Is working towards the Blade of the Rune King components here. But most importantly, it's gonna be Lumi by Rhinos getting 2 more kills, 2 Darksteel stacks, because he got the kill right after he died, which means instead of having, he didn't lose out on stacks there. Hecarim does pick up his Triforce, is looking towards the Mana Moon, which is a bit substandard, as Owen 7's gonna get out. He should be fine. I don't think that he will be able to get caught yet. No flash assumed. Turret, Herald drop mid. Bit surprised about. As Owen 7 just gonna keep farming under turret. Looping around is gonna keep power farming here. Herald does get the crashing, which means that second Herald will be able to place mid once more. Maybe they see it as the only way to be able to get the mid turret open, because they don't exactly have good wave clear on their team at all. Really only the Karthus and some junglers, so you can't really commit all that time. It looks like second Dragon's game gonna be once again picked up by support gap. Sorry, not once again. They didn't get second Dragon once again. They're gonna get it here, as Lumi Rhinos clears towards the top side. It's gonna be free Dragon. Hex Tech Rift once more, actually. As Poon Poon kind of just gonna stand under turret. It's a very smart W from Blade Cube. Looks like he's just gonna try to ignore him, get the turret for free. And he does. It's gonna be first turret. And now he's gonna look for a trade. He does have his Kraken Slayer, does have the ulti as well. Lethal Tempo procced, but the Charm 200 IQ plays Triumph on top means that Poon Poon will live, but Karthus does get the small catch, and at the very least, he also does get the turret. However, with plates gone, I actually do believe that if Poon Poon thinks Karthus is boss side, and he should believe that, It should be a free turret, but he's gonna play it safe, gonna take the back here. Fine. Karsus probably would have caught it, now that I think about it. The Q-Max starting to pay off for Antrim in the mid lane as the wave becomes a lot simpler to clear. Herald should be up in about a minute or so. As just more wave clearing from the Sivir. With that first turret gold, does swing the gold lead top lane back to Blake's favor, as Lumireon's gonna try and make an escape, but here comes the ghost from Hecarim. And now Blakekeep could be in a bit of danger. They do look on him, but now they're a bit split decision making, as with the first move coming from Silas and the Lulu missing from the map, they do just call the play off. Gonna be a burn of the ghost from the side of Hecarim. Other than that, just pretty normal. Rift Herald has finally spawned here, and it looks like Sivir could be pathing up, which kind of just stuck under turret farming. Treasure Key plays, now has the Hecarim ult. He should be fine due to the Lulu Wild Growth here, but now Lulu can bail from the Northern Pikachu, but now Excalibur just gonna get blown up by the Karthus Isolated W's lane once more, as another Charm from Treasure Key play is gonna land. Sivir gonna be able to, not Sivir, are gonna be able to pick up the kill, so Owen Sam shows up to the fight finally, but it's a bit too little too late. That's just a problem when your Lulu is left to roam the map. You can't really contest the wave as Twitch, so you're kind of just stuck farming, and because of that tempo, Yuumi shows up, Sivir shows up, and just swings the fight in the favor of the side of support gap. However, Blakekeep now just gonna ghost onto the R here. Oh my god, that damage he goes for as well. He's gonna keep going. Sivir needs to run, but look at that, so much damage. He's gonna be up soon. Spell Shield should be, but here it is. Undying Rage was used right. They get smart from that. Excalibur? Polymorph gonna come down soon. Here comes the W from Twitch. On the hunt top from Antrim actually for the move speed. He's gonna be able to keep it up as well. And now here comes the red cat on a skewer is being served tonight, courtesy of 0-7. Poon now gonna be spotted out, keeping up because of the Mobies he purchased. Polymorph, and I need to be a bit careful. They do not have vision on Try. And yeah, Blakekeep is just a freaking terrorist on the Rift. Sprinting at him with the Ghost on the Tryndamere, being able to convert that into, I want to say, 2 kills, even if he had to die on his own. And most importantly, because of that, they do get the second Rift Herald, 200 local gold going over, and they can drop it straight mid to break open the map. I don't know when they'll do it, but they'll do it probably in about a minute when Dragon comes up, because they are most likely gonna look to fight for it. Really don't want to be giving over a free soul point, because it does lead to these catch-22 situations later, where you gang singular Dragon and they're gang Baron. Hecarim has picked up the Mana Moon, and look, Yuumi riding a Hecarim, they've come to collect on Blakekeep, who is completely caught out, no vision for him in the top side, which means the kill's gonna go over. And that Death Timer matches up with that Dragon Spawn Timer. Gonna be passing down from the Dragon as well, which means that it's gonna be a fairly hard contest to do. Gonna be a 4v5 here by the Dragon. They either have to give it or make some magic happen. It looks like they're gonna try to plop down the Rift Herald here, as Poon's gonna try to use his health bar for mid prio. And now Rhino's just gonna kite it out, get the Polymorph, it's fine. Maybe Rhino's probably gonna sprint over, place the Herald, but I don't think they can contest this Dragon. Here comes Blakekeep. Herald gonna be placed mid, but look at that, it's getting burnt down. This Hextech Dragon, so Owen7 gonna look for a favorable flank, but here comes Excalibur. Can they get some ulti on to Lumireon's gonna keep down, like keep out 50-50. Owen7 gonna try and make magic happen, but here comes the Orbital Strike. Owen7 gonna get taken out by Antrim. Blakekeep, the soul laners for a team Mechanized main slicers. He's gonna try to get, and look at him go, man. The lethal tempo proc, the quadra kill. It's gonna be so point, but so much more for Blade Cube. As Harold gets his charge off, he's gonna get 2 turrets mid, maybe a third potentially. That's 20-second death timers. He needs to keep the Herald alive. He needs to it looks like he's gonna tank for it. So smart. I really do love that play. And yeah, it's gonna be a third turret. Unfortunately, not gonna be an inhib at the 20-minute mark. But look at that. It's virtually even in gold. 3 dragons to 0. However, this Tryndamere off Blade Cube, he's so far ahead on the set now. A full 2k up, gonna steal away some junk camps as well. Gonna be able to get out. A very nice set suplex to keep the 50-50 from happening, but because of that, he wasn't able to keep the Tryndamere off of his team, and at the same time, you're also ulting a Karthus, so you're just stuck just eating so much damage from the entire time, because while the super was happening, the E was up, Set hasn't built any MR whatsoever, he's indexing for the 1v1 with the Tabi, with the Titanic Hydra, and of course, Excalibur had to commit so much time to getting the dragon with the smite. They couldn't help disrupt the fight from happening with his ulti. And Prim gonna get looked on, but nothing gonna happen there. And because they see the Hecarim bot, look at the pings on the map. They're fast, they're furious, they're coming down onto the Baron. Here comes the blue trinket. It's gonna be Excalibur trying to get over as fast as possible, and they're gonna have to peel off this actually. Poon gonna get seen. Shirelius popped from Greg. I really do like the purchase this game. Wind speed gonna be so effective in cutting out their team. And it looks like it's actually gonna be a free mid turret here. They just do not have the ability to contest it. They're too short ranged. Sivir has cashed the call. Has 2 items now. About 1.3k up on the Twitch just because of 1 CS. 2 assists, 3, I want to say turret plates. Like, keep gonna look onto Poon, but it's just kind of hard to get his damage to stick onto the set for now, especially with Set's under turret, really threatened with the suplex. And of course, if you were to look at the vision from Blade Cube's perspective, the entire top half of the map is a black hole. He cannot see where anyone is. Everyone is off the map. He can't push his advantage for now. And Greengar's gonna try and make something, try and get some vision for his top laner here. But as a Lulu, it's so risky. Usually, when you have these enchanter supports, you have this big tank jungler help you get the vision, because they can kind of just be a ward by, they can peel if you get jumped on. But with a Karthus, it's just nigh impossible. And Prim gonna bait with his body here. But look, they have the ward, they didn't tank it properly, they have the vision, they see it now. But is it a little too late? Look at Excalibur, he's trying to make his way over, he's popped the ghost, but look at that. Hex gate from Set, can they make the countering the gauge work? Double fear onto the backline, double root 0-7, Greg jumped on, and looks like they have all been sacrificed here. And Prim stayed balling, he's gonna be fine. Blade Cube eat over the wall and backed, but look at that, it's gonna be 3 deaths for a Baron. I'd say that's worth it though. That's about 1350 gold. For 1500 gold, about half a level XP from 4 members of your team. And the entire time, Encrim's pushing bot lane, he gets the bot turret, he gets the wave in. And you have Baron on your split pusher. It looks like Blade Cube did go for the Cyrilda third, which is a bit more teamfight oriented for the slows on your D. It helps with sticking to high mobility targets, which Set isn't. So maybe he is looking to join these fights a bit more rather than going for being a big split push threat. Blade Cube getting flashed on action, but what the heck were you thinking? Because here come the boys, 5 of them, all on them. Excalibur actually getting melted, he's getting taken out, 1v1. Excalibur didn't have the ulti up just yet, and now Greg's getting jumped on, completely caught off guard here, 10 seconds before the dragon. Sure, you don't have a jungler, but you have 3 members versus 4. 0-7 doesn't really have the front line to help, or anyone to buy space for him to get people to buy him space for his ulti. And yeah, now Lumi by Rhino is just gonna get taken out here. A great pick from Challenger Q plays, which means this dragon is probably gonna go over to the side of support cap, which means Soul will go over as well. Hex Check's also powerful to slow, so impactful on chasing these low mobility targets down. Like the Hex, like the Curses, like the Silas, he really only has the 1E unless he steals the Hex or Ari. Well, it also makes Blade Cube's life a bit harder, because when you're getting constantly slowed by this Hex Tech Soul, your sticking power is vastly reduced. 0-7 just gonna try to pick up some CS in the bot lane, but is now a 1k gold lead just about. However, that Soul, I mean, the Dragons alone is about 6k, 7k in stats, in meaningful stats. Gold efficient, gold value wise. 3 M's on the Hecarim, 2 on the Ari. Sivir still working towards the Infinity Edge. Should she have it on base? She should if she sells D-Blade. Oh wait, never mind. Sorry for Excalibur gonna get jumped on though. To bail for Pikachu, here comes the ulti, and now they're gonna run counter engage from the Hecarim, but of course Tryndamere can pop the ult while CC'd. I'm not sure about being onto the Ari there. She still has some charges left. He's gonna get taken out, but now look, Ancrim has been spotted in the side lane, completely unaware. Sorry, not Ancrim, Poon, and yeah, he's gonna get taken out. Shut down to Karthus is exactly what you want to see. He's already 3 items, has the rabbit on his death cap, and that's a 700 gold bounty. 1200 gold he's sitting on now. Greg? So that's just how it be. And now 0-7 can't escape, too slow from the Hex Tech Soul. They're just gonna get eaten for dinner. Now, problem is, how do you stop this push? The Miranos can't stop it, he doesn't have a stopwatch. He's going full damage to try carry this game. And now Ancrim finally here, he's Loom Brino is the sole wave clear for his team, finally able to blow up the wave. But now his jungle potentially could get stolen away from. Baron Vision is now on the side of support gap. Look at this. Look at the awards. They while Yuumi did just get Sleeper up, yeah, they get the Scuttle Crab. They clear out some pink wards. Now look at the top side of the jungle for the side of support gap. So much vision. Meanwhile, happening bot lane are gonna have to ult away. There, by Rhinos, gonna get spotted out boss side, and meanwhile Baron is completely dark. Minute 40 left on the spawn. It's gonna be so hard for Greg to be getting this vision. 2 blue trinkets is kind of what you need here. Maybe you get a third on. I believe Salas actually has a third there. Kind of their only way to check these brushes, because they just don't have anyone to face check with. Cube gonna get spot out. Look at that, the slow from the Yuumi, the slow from Hex Tech Soul is gonna be forced to fight, but look at the Everfrost, the E interrupt as well. He's just kind of getting kited out to the moon and back. Cube taken out once more in the side lane. Excalibur able to rotate so quickly with the Yuumi there. 3k gold lead now. They're gonna try to get some more vision on the bot side of the map. I'm not sure if the blue trinket was that necessary, and now they're just pushing S5 mid. 0-7 needs to be a bit careful. Poon does have the flash. Greg gonna try to get his whole squad out of there. Ancrim called to back. Now Poon just gonna be a bit careful. Try to look for an engagement potentially. You don't know that you need vision on the Twitch. 200 key plays have gone scouting. Greg has charmed, and now he's been taken out. As 200 key plays has caught himself a Lulu. Silas has the Hecarim ulti, but I don't know if they can get in there on time. It's so dangerous to face check. They have 3 blue trinkets, count them. Tryndamere, Silas, Twitch. One has already been committed here. Tryndamere has eyes on the set, but you need eyes on more. Here comes the Hecarim. He's so fast, and Garano's gonna get jumped on here. No stopwatch on him, but I remind you, here comes the Hecarim ult, gonna whiff, but Silas, he still has Hecarim going to counter engage it onto the Yuumi Hecarim combo, and there goes the Yuumi as well. Off the side of the fight, Cube trying to chip away at Poon. Look at him go, but here comes the set suplex, just a little too late. Ignite also a little too early as Cube gets his one. And it's gonna be a 3-for-1 play, pings onto the Baron. But 0-7, he's kind of stuck to the side here. He doesn't have his ulti, half health. Cube very low on his own as well, and I'm pretty sure Yeah, no lifesteal on him. Look at that. He was forced to go tenacity this game. Because of that, he has to rely on Q for healing. Because of that, no jungle. They have to forfeit uh their attempt at Baron here. Another key thing coming up is going to be the Elder in a minute. 20 Pejais on this Ahri. With Zazanya, she's going to be impossible to kill in these fights. You're really looking for Karthus to kind of get something going. I kind of wish he'd actually sell his Darksteel here if he had the money. Oh, he doesn't. He kind of needs to get a stopwatch this Karthus, but he's just too poor. He does not. He's died in every one of the fights. He's never had time to farm his camps. His jungle has been owned by the side of support gap. Sivir, now look at that stopwatch with 3 items. BF sword on top. Zanya's on the Ahri, and meanwhile on the side of Mechanized enemy slicers, Twitch still trying to get his Runaan's money. Double Rabadons on mid jungle. Tryndamere has picked it. Yeah, very, very major spikes have dropping. And look at this. It's going to be a Baron for Elder trade here. Baron already going down, but look at that. They know something's up. They have the vision. They're calling themselves off the Baron, but is it a bit too little too late? It's dropping so fast. Excalibur is shown up late to the party. Now he's been caught. Ult away from him. Yuumi has jumped off. Late keep gonna get picked. And Hecarim ult forward to join the fight now because that the ult was too slow. Look at the Karthus explosion. Please be quiet, left to die. Yuumi gonna get taken out as well. 200 IQ plays now stranded on an island that Sivir was once on. Sure, Lulu goes down, but look at that. It's a 4 for 1 for the side of Mechanized enemy slicers. A huge turnaround because of a very, very ballsy Elder Dragon call. And now it's just Poon Poon left to defend. They're gonna get Elder here. They have Elder. They're gonna get Baron. Sorry, misspoke. No more stopwatch on the Sivir. Very important cooldown burned. And unfortunately, they're just not able to push any waves in. Because of the super minions in the mid lane, they just had nothing to push. However, that is huge shutdown gold. That was like a 6k gold swing alone. Very insane. They're gonna steal away more camps, get more XP. I mean, it's a 2-level lead in the top lane, 2-level lead in the jungle. I can't say anything for mid or support because they're mid or bot because they're dead, unfortunately. And Twitch has now picked up the Runaan's Hurricane. He's gonna be so big in these fights. Yeah, 2 XP lead, 2-level XP lead in mid, even in the ADC role. Sivir has picked up the GA though. Very, very important. It's gonna be up to Mechanized enemy slicers to force this push mid though. It's so hard into the Sivir with 4 items. How do you stop this wave clear from happening? You might have to commit like a Karthus ult or something to get them off the wave, to get them back in base, to be able to get this mid inhib down. Blade Cube has been called in. It's gonna be a 5-man push mid lane. He's gonna zone off the Hecarim very smartly, and here comes the Shrelia. Gonna speed up the cannon, get into the mid lane faster. I kind of like the play, even if that wasn't his intention, I believe. As Redemption on Cynical. I'm not sure how he'll do into the fight. Elder still going strong. About a 5th of the duration left. The waves have finally crashed into turret, but how do you auto them? Hecarim is waiting in the wings, and look at that. 0-7 has opened up. He's giving his team the space they need to hit this goddamn turret. Karthus all called down as well, but it's not going to get any kills in. No stopwatch burn needed, but look at that. Because of it, they do get the turret down. Hecarim has been called in, but look at that. To counter Hecarim ult, and missing on, and Lumibarionos is dead. I believe he jumped on. No more Elder Burn. This is the time support can be it. Here comes the Hecarim ult to the backline. Counter Hecarim ult from Anthem as 200 he plays huge fight, but look at Blade Cube. He's doing so much damage. The auto coming in. Set suplex does not mean anything when Blade Cube is unleashed here on the Tryndamere. Sivir is still alive, but 0-7. He's looking for something to try and make magic happen. Auto. Not going to be enough. The Yuumi heal too powerful. Anthem gonna try and make something, but look at that, the healing so much from Yuumi so potent. Blake Cube's rotate bot lane, gonna get the turret here, a 3 for 3 at the end of the day. But that is the base cracked open, the mid lane gone finally after all that time ago when Blake Cube pushed it in with the Herald out like the 20-minute mark. 14 minutes later he's finally had, but now they no longer are as powerful as they used to be. They lost their Baron, they lost their Elder, but look what they got from it. Lumibarionos has Zanya's now, which has transitioned to 3 items, and Prim got his 4th time in the in the Banshees was going to be so much harder to pick, and his counter engage is so massive, going to be so much harder to thwart, especially when your Hecarim ult can't even hit him in the first place. Mikhail's onto the Lulu, gonna make these picks from Ahri a bit harder. Of course, now... Sorry, throat. Tryndamere has picked up the Navori quickly. He's impossible to kite in these side lanes now. Poon just needs to try to buy time. Looks like he's gonna pick up a Sterix Gauge just so he can try to live while his Tryndamere wails on him. Blakekeep once again just lacking vision in this top side. They've committed 2 blue trinkets, not cleared out just yet. And eyes on the side of support gap. They have no clue where everyone is. And look, 200 key plays in the mud, but maybe Greg was on that got caught because here they are TP from Anprim. Lumi Baranis has burnt the Zanyas, but here comes Blakekeep. He's looking on the back line as the Karsus ult finally comes down, picking up one on to the Hecarim, and Blakekeep is just so huge in this fight. Look at him go. No one can stop this man, this monster, this myth, this legend, as he picks up 3. And that's probably going to be the game. We might just be going game 3 here. 50-second death timers. And an open mid inhib. They're pushing it down for the victory. A very, very back and forth game that was kind of just decided at a moment's notice with that Elder play. They just burned it down so quickly. And because of that, they're going to take the Nexus kill. We're going to bring it to a game 3 series. Holy moly. What a close game that was. With that, I believe I'm going to head to a small break and we'll turn to you with game 3 draft. So I will see you then. Yo, they freaking started drafting when I was eating gummies. What is this, man? We're coming off the banger from game 2. Looking like we're gonna get almost the same bans. However, this time Karsus is banned. They're gonna put Excalibur on a non-comfort pick from the looks of it. And it looks like Snake will be very happy to see the Yumi ban. Because I believe he was fairly unhappy to be playing it back-to-back games. Finally giving me a play champ that he can enjoy. And how it does look like Lucian first pick is open. Do they value the Hecarim that much, though? Looks like they do. That does mean Lucianami is open. If you do Lucianami, probably gonna respond with Zeri Yumi. I mean Zeri Lulu. But there are some other lanes you could get something like MS Seraphine, Seraphine Senna. But they're just gonna match jungle here. Pick Seraphine for themselves. Wouldn't be surprised to see support gap go for Lucianami. They did play it 2 games in the last set, but maybe they want to go for something they can punish a Seraphine more. Of course, the Seraphine is very flexible, can go mid, can go bot, can go support. And it looks like it's going to be a Samira pick here. Samira Nautilus, a very, very heavy, strong 2v2 bot lane. It's going to be matched with Seraphine Tarek. One major thing, though. This could be Seraphine mid and Nyla ADC. I believe Nyla is allowed this tournament, I'm pretty sure. Could. I wish someone told me if it wasn't. Sorry for all the pauses in commentary, but gummy bears wings themselves. Looks like Trinity are gonna take out board blade, keep very proficient on the pick last game. Able to pump out so much damage in team fights. Probably gonna be a Jax ban. No, Akshan actually. They don't want They don't want to allow a mid laner that can hyper roam bot very easily. Help out the 2v2. I'd be surprised to see. What Mechanized enemy slices could do is blind pick a top laner here and hide if it's Seraphine mid or bot. But that would mean that Blade Cube is going blind pick. But so yeah, it's gonna be Seraphine bot, it's gonna be Silas mid, and it's gonna be a blind pick Silas mid actually, who will have access to two very good ults in the Nautilus and the Hecarim. I'd be surprised to see it being a Zir mid, but you do need a bit of a long range threat. Or maybe just more dive. You could go Lysandra, per se. So it's gonna be blind pick for Poon Poon in the top lane. Last time it was a Fiora, this time could be Jax. Aatrox is another very strong pick this patch. has is a very good blind pick, has always been a good blind pick. It looks like he'll be used here. One pick you could go for Wukong. That's a very fine pick. Wukong Seraphine, incredibly strong duo, you get a lot of damage from it. But gonna be the Volibear actually. Comfort. Pretty well into the Aatrox, I wanna say. However, one problem here is that you are severely lacking damage on the side of Mechanized enemy slicers. You're packing so much heat from the support gap up hot side here that you really. So I won't expect to see Poon Poon get too much attention this game, especially since he is playing the Aatrox. Meanwhile, bot lane, Seraphine Tarek, very, very safe. Lots of shields, lots of heals. Echoes of Sona Tarek. However, a bit less late game strengths. However, you do have a very monstrous counter engage. Of course, it's going to be up to Seraphine to, to Samira to win while the counter engage from Seraphine. This matchup can get very, very out of hand in the bot lane, especially if Samira ever gets behind, because she'll just lose the ability to pump out enough damage with the ulti. I believe I'm gonna head to break while you're for Spectali. Not because that, literally just because I want you more gun. That's it. Sorry. What you gonna do?
Let's go.
Welcome back to Game 3 of Winners Finals for the upper bracket. We got a double, almost a double RE3. Looks like some have divided up here. It's just gonna be a complete, utter havoc on the map, as both sides are gonna be making what appears to be loops. Actually, it looks like support. Sorry, not support gap. Wait, did I hit transition? It might not. Oops, there we go. Yeah, both sides, complete opposite ends of the map. One went to see if they could catch him out. Also, this word's just good to see if you're getting cheesed by Smear and Nautilus, which are incredibly strong 2v2. I did see him, Matt, don't worry, I remember this time. It looks like just some deep vision on the side of support gap. Got some wards here. Got ward in Pixel. Meanwhile, looks like they're not gonna actually spot it. Oh, they see Ann Prim. Other than that, yeah, just gonna. They will get vision on Viego eventually as he clears spots in the map. However, let's fix the scoreboard. And yeah, we are officially off to the races here. It looks like Excalibur had his bot lane leash, which kind of sucks if you're Smear and all this, because you really do want to push that level 1 power. Oh my god, you're right. It's Ghost Cleanse. Samir, that's terrible. Holy moly. I can't imagine that was on purpose. As Greg's just probably dead here. You have Cleanse, please be quiet. You could have killed. You had Ghost Cleanse, you could have used both! Come on, man. If he had Ghost Cleanse, it would have even worked, I'm pretty sure. You would at least got his flash, but like... Oh, why'd you have Ghost Cleanse? That had to be troll. It had to be troll. It had to be the boys memeing about trolling. He forgot to change it, now he's stuck with Ghost Cleanse. Because it's not like Samir's even one of the ACs that likes to run Ghost. However, meanwhile, it's just... Oh wow, great. Very nice book lane proc, but meanwhile ball lane just... Owen 7's just getting 100 0'd, and he will... Very nice usage of the E from Please Be Quiet, and that is going to be a very big advantage. However, he does have the TP, so it's not as bad as it could have been. Still very crummy though for him. Most top players don't have the pot anymore, as Varana is going to have to run out of there. Late Cube gets the lead when he gets level 4, but a little too late. Excalibur makes his way towards the top side, try to force Blade Cube out as Flash into death from Poon. That is what you come to expect from Volibear. As he's gonna try to waste as much of Excalibur's prize top and bait him away from the turret, prevent him from getting the wave XP. And it's gonna be a 13 CS lead as well as a level advantage for Blade Cube in the top lane. Now has Pandit Volibear pick here. 0-7 just needs to play as safe as possible against Samira and Nautilus. Both junglers passed away from bot, isolated this 2v2 lane, and because of it, Samira with the Ghost Cleanse is getting a kill early. And Prim gonna land everything against 200 key plays here. Proc's the Conqueror, gonna try to keep beefing Q2 proc. Wow, that is so much damage. But here comes Hecarim from behind. And Prim does smell something up. He should know that Hecarim's on the top side of the map. And yeah, places the ward. Gonna play it nice and safe. As 0-7 just zones from the wave completely. They're gonna have to have Luby by Rhinos come down to bail them out because this wave is pushing out. Meanwhile, top lane, Blade Cube is just needing so much pressure. Double look at this. It's the heal and shields that I talked about from Seraphine Tarek. I'm not sure if Greg wants to keep going though. Because yep, Flash. That kind of sucks. Samir still has the Ghost Cleanse. And yeah, Samir should be dead here actually. Has the W still, I believe. Yeah, just goes out of there. I hate this. I hate this so much. Why the Ghost Cleanse, man? The wave is in a terrible spot for Samira. Double W should... Didn't expect it. Wasn't on ward. Oh, Victor barely got that back off. Even though the Q Clyde was like a frame before, so he gets the back off. Cynical just gonna solo kill Greg, who is sitting on a ward. And Poon is just eating it in this matchup, man. He is really just feeling the hurt of the Volibear Aatrox. Looks like Blade Cube is going for more tank focused build. However, problem with the tank focused build here is that Viego is never going to get that in a billion years. His team doesn't have enough damage to get him a reset, ever. So how will you pilot the fights later? Question. Oh, 7 going to be eating a Q. Level up because of the wave, how the wave was. It looks like Please Be Quiet has gone for the Dirk first, which some Seraphines like to go. I mean, it's not Seraphines, Samira's like to go. It's okay. I think it's nice here. However, it is kind of mitigated by the Tarek W, which does give armor and MR, I believe. The armor. Could check. Yeah, 6 armor, which I'm pretty sure is completely mitigating Please Be Quiet's Dirk purchase here. But Seraphine is still getting jumped on, does get exhausted. Still has the cleanse up, however, so Onsen needs to be a bit careful here as he completely runs out of mana. He still has yet to back because the wave was on his side of the lane. Thankfully, Luby Rhino's is pathing right down. They do have a ward to spot him out, but if he E's, he should be fine. Greg just needs to keep standing in front. As Please Be Quiet needs to be careful. Greg is getting jumped on. Greg is dead. 7 is gonna live though. As Rhino's just gonna pick up the wave. Gonna be 1-for-1, unfortunately. Well, fortunately for Please Be Quiet, he did get another kill onto Greg there. So it could have been worse. Still has the cleanse up. Hecarim has opted in for an early Executioner's Calling just because of how much freaking healing is on the side of Team Mechanized and Slicer. They got Seraphine Tarek already a lot. Then you have Volibear double W. You have Viego passive take, and now you have the Silas W, which I'm not sure if he's going the Q-Max build again. I could check. He is. Very nice for him. Lumingar still needs to find a time back. He does take the timer here. His topside camps are respawned. He'll be able to pick them up as soon as he spawns in. As Blade Cube using that pressure in the top lane, gonna place a deep ward. We'll be able to spot exactly where the Hecarim is. They should know that he's passing topside now, though. As Volibear gonna try to make a mid play happen here. This should be the flash of 200 key plays. Yeah, it is. Ulti from Loyberg disable turret. Works out just fine. Great job on them. Enprim gonna go down, who's still tanking. Excalibur can't make the play continue here. Probably, yeah. Because of this, though, Poon Poon gonna be able to kind of get back into his lane here. He's gonna pick up a plate or two. Top lane. Yeah, gonna pick up a plate, gonna get the wave in for free. Aatrox's wave clear, of course. Even though it was nerfed from season all the way back in season 9, it's still incredibly good. But because it was a cannon wave, he could be taken down here. He has ult, he has ignite, he has flash. Blade Cube is in vast danger of actually dying right now. Blade Cube could be dead here. Q3 flashed away from, very smart. Q gonna be up soon. Poon Poon flashing away. Viego has the flash, has the Q. Follow. And it's, yeah, just a minor overextension. Poon Poon couldn't get the wave in time. The cannon wave too fat. Cynical does spot out Greg. They do see him, catch him with that. But now Seraphine's eating in. They have the ulti. Greg flashing away because of it here. Heals try to keep up, but there was an ignite drop, so it's not going to be as effective. Seraphine gonna do her best to wave clear this. Look at that. So disgusting. This champion, man. Look at that wave. It's gone in the blink of an eye. This is kind of the pain point. Or if you're playing some of your Nautilus, you use your ult as Nautilus, you didn't get the kill. And now Seraphine, she has a lost chapter. E double Q blows up the entire wave. It's just gone in the blink of an eye. Tarek, he doesn't have tier, which I kind of don't like, just because he needs, if you're gonna box with something, kind of need mana sustain. I know a lot of Tareks do sit on the tier. I'm not sure if they go for the full Thimble Winter, just because Diamond is a bit pricey. Yeah. Seraphine has the TP back up, can get a free reset whenever. Not 14 minutes just yet, as Blade Cube got eat a bit of a chunk, but maybe it was fine because, oh wow, very nice dodging. Just dodging on literally all the damage there. Completely. Of course, Excalibur once again ganks the first dragon of the game, 3 for 3 in that regard. Last time they got Soul 4-0, but of course, because of the Elder, it didn't mean much. Elder's such a strong mechanic. Blade Cube just gonna keep trying to clear away. He is so much lower because of the poor trade he took. As Lumi by Rhino is covering the top side of the map, but because of that, look at the bot side. Seraphine actually could be getting dove here. Blade Cube gonna eat some damage. Lumi by Rhino's looking to play, and here comes the ulti. Poon Poon maybe spit off a bit more than you can chew. Blade Cube messed up his pathing so bad there, and now he's in danger, but look at the CC chain! And now 0-7 needs some help. Here comes the ulti. 0-7 gonna get jumped onto. Terrical a bit late, not gonna, which means he's gonna get taken out. TP called in from Anprim. Excalibur stuck under the turret. Exhaust called down, but Seraphine getting her full channel off. Here comes the ulti from Anprim. A bit little too late. So many low health bars in the bot lane on both sides. They need to try to clear the wave to the best of their ability before it gets under turret. But look, that single melee was just enough. Because of that one leak, they're gonna go down here probably. Yeah, please be quiet. Windwall's the E2. 2 kills down there. Complete devastation in the bottom side. Cynical. Bit of a misplay, but it's fine. However, now looking top lane. 1.5k gold lead on the Volibear. Of course, he is building full tank, so it is kind of hard for him to push that advantage. But of course, Viego also getting pretty far ahead. Your 2 AD threats on the top side of the map are kind of eating well. Hecarim going for the Kempung Chainsword Rush, which we have been seeing on some bruisers in pro play. I believe Vi doing it a bit. I saw it on J4 once. Usually it's Kempung Chainsword into a tank item. Or Sunderer. However, there is argument for Triforce this game. You do need as much damage as possible to chew through all these shields on the side of Mechanized enemy slicers. God, their name is a mouthful. Seraphine working towards the Leandri's Torment here. Or is it Leandri's here? Which is one of the two, man. Looks like Victor is either going... Victor probably going to be thinking about Crown here this game. Just because it's... he needs to be really cautious of the dive threats from Red's side. And also, it's really, really hard for him to pop it. Meanwhile, on the river, 0-7 just getting jumped on. Anprim kind of looking for a good trade here. both being committed. But look at that, the Q2 flash from the 200 key placements run, because here is the cooldowns are right back. And meanwhile, Cynical is getting completely caught out. 1v1 in the mid lane for the side of Anprim, and a possession from Lumiranos as Cynical made a grave misstep into the enemy jungle without the Samir there to back him up. And now, Lumiranos has hunted him down. Look at that. Misses W just barely, but maybe Anprim can make something happen. No. Excalibur's just be able to get out of there in time. Victor is sitting on 900 gold, which is weird. He's gonna respawn. I doubt he walks out of base with it. Yeah, he was just weighing on gold. It is gonna be the crown. Very, very hard for anyone on the side of Mechanized Enemy Slices to pop. Fine stats on its own. You get bonus AP walls up. As Viego does complete his Divine Sunderer. Has a pickaxe. Green Greg has freaking Futures Market instead of like biscuits or something, man. I hate this guy and love him at the same time. He's always whipping out the strangest tech. Like Comet Jin. I asked him once why we're Comet Jin. He's like, I felt like it. I want poke. He's a very simple man. Sankel shows up to the party, but maybe it's a bit too late. Yeah, just stabbed in the chest. Sankel now getting jumped on. There's still the Viego reset sitting on the ground. Will it ever get picked up? It's a free ult, free poke. You get free crown as well, apparently. I didn't actually realize that. Ult onto Poon Poon. Here comes the Ignite as well. Shield on top. Double W, but look at that. Poon Poon is just chopping him up. Not enough heal cutting on the side of Blade Cube. Not enough damage. He went for the Iceborne Gauntlet build. And now Poon Poon has finally started to claw his way back from the camp he got from Lumi, from Blade Cube. He's still down 900 gold, but that should have heavily equalized once he picks up his turret in full wave for himself. Pings onto the dragon from Mechanized Enemy Slices. This should be a free dragon for them. No one's really in the area. It's kind of hard for them to fight it. And, of course, Blade Cube can still head from base. They don't really have eyes on him. Excalibur could go for the steal, and he's gonna ult in, instantly exhausted, misses out on it, and 0-7's just gonna jump on one shot from the Samira, who's gonna smartly wait on her ult as the Terror ult goes. Anprim needs to get out of there, and here come, oh, great blast cone. It's gonna be a double kill, a 3 for 0 at the cost of a dragon is something I'd say you should always take once you're Samira and Victor getting the kills there. As she is heavily accelerated towards the Collector, which is going to pay off in spades into their team. It's going to be a bit harder later on for Please Be Quiet with the Volibear point and click and the Silas Nautilus ult point and click. However, for now, he's going to be very happy. Blade Cube once again going for a very aggro fight. No backup once more, he's just going to take it. And he does have TTA proc, who just now gets the ulti back up as Blade Cube goes once more. Lumiranos finally gets to around the area as Poon Poon smells something's up and he bails. A bit of a lull state finally in this game, which has been so jam-packed. 21 kills, 17 minutes, 3k gold lead as blue buff is stolen away from Blade Cube, still boxing top lane. 30 CS lead just about, 600 gold up. He's once again going for more fighting. He just doesn't care, this man. Auto W is fighting more, and Cynical fortunately just completely out of position. Blade Cube finally out of mana, but is it just barely enough? Blade Cube needs to get out of there. He doesn't have the flash when he's going down. Lunga Rhinos ulted to get there sooner, but now it's a bit too little too late as they need to make a book for, they need to book it. Excalibur gonna try to go for this Herald. It should be theirs for the taking without Blade Cube around. Trying to get some poke in. Has the crown. Got his 16 gold from the first strike. And it's gonna actually TP bot to match in on Silas pushing it in. Yeah, that's the power of crown right there. Even though he TPs in, that poke from the level 5 Q just means nothing. A really interesting thing here, 200 Q plays going for the Lichbane second item, which is an item I want to say no one builds in. It's a relic of time itself. However, in this game, when you're looking down 4 melees, you get a lot of value out of it from as the victor here. Especially into the Silas, who's gonna be constantly jumping on you melee range. It's gonna make him train against you a lot harder for him. As 200 key plays continues to shove and shove and shove, his Holy Crown protects him from any threats. As he picks up the wave, assist pings onto the bot side of the map. Greg thinks something's up potentially. They do. Sankle, and please be quiet, working together, get some vision for this split pusher. 200 key plays, who is even CS right now, but look at that E damage, just completely one-shots the backline. Seraphine does have her Leandre's here. Didn't opt for the tier, which is another thing Seraphines go very often. The Archangel second has such a big spike. It's like a 150% gold efficient item or something when upgraded. And Bladekeep is just scrapping and scrapping and scrapping. Still does not have the Bramble Vest here, which means he's in a lot of danger. Has the ulti TP called in from Silas. Boonpoon gonna look now. And Prim has the ulti, but took Aatrox's. Bladekeep finally gonna go down, as look at that. Tarek ult gonna come in, gonna save Bladekeep from all the danger. Please be quiet, just flash jumped on. Here comes the cleanse. Here comes no moves. Ghost cleanse, the tech not enough. And Prim still has the Aatrox ult going. The resets coming in hot. And look at that. That fight won around the Baron. Just as it came up, I think we know what's about to go down. Here comes the fight against the Worm. You don't exactly have the greatest amount of damage against it, just because you don't have an AEC. Greg kind of zoned out the pit, but now Sankle's a bit caught out. 200 key plays gonna try and make something happen, but Seraphine double W should keep him topped off. Look at that shielding, look at that healing so much, and it's just gonna be free Baron. 200 keys poke be damned. And now look, Furious pings onto the Mountain Drake is coming up. They need to make it there. They have to blitz it there. Key ultis are up. Nautilus won't be there most likely. He doesn't have the ulti either. Shirelli's popped for Greg to get there faster. Rift Herald popped to create some added pressure in lane. 0-7. Face checking into Poon. Double W's to escape. He still has the flash, so he's fine. No Seraphine ult. No Tarek ult. You have the Hecarim ult from Silas, however, to start the fight. Bladekeep gone mid to take care of the Herald. Sankle is finally going to be here in time. Not going to be time for that. Here comes the Hecarim ult onto the backline. Dragon slain by blue side. Flashing, Heck flashing from the pit. No, he doesn't. Sankle bait his team out. Poon's left for naught as he tries to escape. Bladekeep, so much HP. The Titanic Hydra on top. No damage being taken, as look at that, the Tarek stun, line him up, 200 key plays, running for his goddamn life. 0-7 back to deal with the Herald, and now look at that, another stun just barely got whipped, but here comes the other stun. You can't dodge them all, 200 key plays, or maybe you can. Look at him go, he's moving on him. Oh, but no, the Tarek stun lands, the Volibear stun to follow, no mana left over. It's just gonna be a 4-0, I want to say that was. Plus, they did. I saw this show before, man. First it was 3-0, but they got the dragon. Now it's 4-0, but they got the dragon. These trades are looking like they're going towards the side of GameStop, man. They still have the Baron. They're pushing in. Gonna get another turret here, most likely. I don't think this can be stopped. Sankle does have the Nautilus ulti. However, they should just be able to escape just fine. They do have all their key ultis back up as Maestro continues to die more in some water. Key item thresholds. Volibear has picked up his Thornmail, which will make his 1v1 against the Aatrox and the Silent Lane a lot easier. And of course, Thornmail, they did give it that. They did double the damage it does, which is so nice. It's such a powerful buff. Victor has completed his Lich Bane he had last fight, and now look at this, Bladekeep is just going hunting. However, he should be able to escape just fine. Has the E-Shield. He's getting slowed a bunch by the Victor augments. As Nautilus continues to chase, but look at that. The Q just comes right back up, he escapes just fine. As Sauce goes to rotate top, pick up the wave. So he needs to run back mid, pick that up. A very nice purchase here from 0-7. He's picked up the Rylai's. If you didn't know, Rylai's very nice on Seraphine. If it makes it so your B always roots, and then the W will always stun, because the slow comes first before it checks, see if they should get rooted or not. And of course, Greed Greg has picked up the Fimbulwinter. That's going to be a lot more health, going to be a lot more mana, and of course, the Glacial Augment flow could come in clutch for the shielding if some awkward timing happens. Poon does have the Merc Tread, so he's going to get a lot harder to take down as time goes on. And Prim working towards the Zanya's Hourglass does have the... Oh, please, Mikai's baiting it pretty well. Look at that damage, though, so much. Does have the ult, but it's... Oh my god! He won it, and now you're dead as well. You're just gone. Holy moly, Blade Cube is a monster on this pick. Just completely one-shots the Ghost Cleanse Samira. I guess he just didn't think the damage would come through, but that empowered W, man, so powerful. Green gonna whiff on the stun, as here comes the boys. Poon gonna try and make some damage. Cosmic Radiance comes down from the stars, as here comes Prim as well to follow. Poon gonna go down, trying to defend it. Just not gonna be much single, not long for this world either. An ace from Mechanized enemy Slicers, as Lumi by Rhinos becomes the Nautilus. To Spider-Man over to the mid-turn to take it over. Please be quiet. Ghost Cleanse. Not going to do much to 5. I don't think any sums would have mattered at the end of the day, as they're going to just pick up this wave under turret. The bot wave crashes. That's going to be 2 inhibs getting picked up here. 8k gold lead. Flash W. Not going to land on the Victor. Minions super... Get down, Mr. President. Blocks the stun just like that. And look at that. 2 inhibs down in the blink of an eye after that ace. A huge super play coming out from Blade Cube to get the solo kill on the Smear there. I don't think anyone's expecting damage, because I sure as hell wasn't. That was so shocking to see the blow up happen. But I guess it was because Samir just didn't have the shield go up, I'm pretty sure. I believe it was still down at the time. Surely if it was up, I don't think any of that would have happened. Diego has the Deadman's play, which is a bit non-standard, but still very nice. Lungaranos has Spud Nautilus, who needs to really get out of there. This is the problem with Nautilus, man. Only direction is forward. Same for Blake, as he ulted the wall. Cleanse used from Please Be Quiet. He can try to find a way back to the fight, but no, just going to be heartbroken by the Diego. Let's see the mechanics, some moves on the Samir. It takes over the Victor next. Poon ulting, but look at that. It's going to streamline straight through the team. Going to pick up Poon as well, as Excalibur is left to defend against 5. Nautilus finally in base. But yeah, he's just going to go down, and it's going to be Game 3 victory from Mechanized enemy Slicer here. A reverse 2-0. And it looks like they will be heading to grand finals of this double elimination tournament. Deadman's is standard on Viego, where I told you I'd be freaking rattling off misinformation. The more you know, though, Lumi. The more you know. With that, we finally reached the end of the series. I would like to congratulate Mechanized Enemy Slicers for this 2-1 victory. Second seed upsetting the first seed. With that, I believe I will see you guys later. Thanks for watching.